Can you tell me about the beginnings of Perrelet, how it started and where it started?
Previous to the invention that Mr. Perrelet invented in 1777, timepieces always had to be wound by hand. And Mr. Perrelet was very interested in coming with a new idea, a new technology to improve that system. And in 1777, after many years of research, he came with the idea of a perpetual movement, or an automatic movement, where the motion of the wearer's wrist would wind the mainspring, giving energy to the hands around the dial.
And which area of Switzerland did this happen?
It was in the canton of Geneva, which now is the city of Geneva.
Okay.
And more broadly, it's in the Jura Valley, in the Jura Mountains in Switzerland, where today all of the great watchmaking houses exist.
So is it suffice to say that Perrelet created the movement that was the catalyst for the modern day watch?
Actually, it exactly is that, Joseph, because the invention of Perrelet is seen in every single automatic watch in the world today. All the great houses use the same invention.
Can you explain to me a little bit about the significant changes that you see or that you're launching since you've been the CEO of the North American division?
What I've seen in the last 20 years in the watch industry is a major consolidation of brands taken in by the larger groups, whether the group is LVMH or whether the group is a Richemont group or whether it's a Swatch group. Because the business is a mature business, it's ripe for consolidation. Yet there still exists in the marketplace a need for independent watchmakers, independent brands that are bringing new and unique ideas, both in design and in mechanical ideas, to the marketplace.
So you're saying that since it's independent, Perrelet, it's able to do this?
Our ability of being independent is solely based on the will of the owners in Switzerland to stand alone, which in these days means manufacturing your own movements.
So if you would say simply to the consumer, what are the three significant attributes of a Perrelet watch?
I would say that the quality of our movements, which is the most important part of the watch, the heartbeat of the watch. All of our movements are made for Perrelet watches, and so you have a seamless construction of parts that work better than when some houses are assemblers.
Can you talk to me about the turbine, the special turbine, the aesthetic as well as the movement?
Our brand has developed over the past 5 years an iconic design that represents many aspects of the Perrelet brand, both history as well as our moving forward with unique designs and aesthetics. And so in respect to our founder, Mr. Perrelet, who invented the rotor system, we come with a collection of watches that feature two rotors. A rotor that's in the back and exposed through a sapphire crystal, as well as a rotor in the front, which creates a nice aesthetic look. The rotor that we see on the top here is based on the gas jet engine with its 12 turbine blades.
Amazing.
And these blades are spinning at a rate in relation to the wearer's wrist, and it gives a very nice aesthetic look to the brand. And going forward, as we go into 2013, 2014, we will see an addition of a complication on top of the basic turbine to create a watch that's very much in demand, being the chronograph.
So Michael, you spoke about the evolution of the turbine. Can you elaborate a bit about this piece here?
In 2013 at the International Watch and Jewelry Fair in Basel, Switzerland, we introduced the watch, a turbine with a complication, a 60-minute chronograph, which is featured on the inner disc, and it's simply the elapsed time is read at the minute marker over here at the 9 o'clock side.
Right.
The interior disc will spin at one point every time it passes 12 o'clock. So what we have done here is we've added a complication onto the Saprod movement to give it a chronograph function, which is one of the best-selling watches in the marketplace. And from here, we have another platform in which to expand the turbine design. In the coming years, you'll see turbines having a chronograph movement as well as a dual time movement.
Talk about the future of Perrelet, where you see it going.
The future for us is to grow within our existing doors, the goal being 60 dealers. But the goal is to increase the business within our existing doors and stay true to our ethic of limited production, limited distribution.
With all the watches that are in the industry, how do you feel Perrelet is going to stand out to the consumer?
We are very big believers in the use of social media as well as our website platform, as well as our Facebook page. We feel that it's vital for us to have a presence in the social media space as well as on YouTube, because so much of our watch is based on the movement of the turbine dial. And because the watch is not a basic three-hand watch but actually has movement, it's very important that this movement is illustrated either through movies or either through our social media platforms.